Good morning. I hope you guys are ready for another new video, or maybe 5 or 10 that I'll make today. So check it out. The first thing I do in the morning is I click on my stamp and I get started. All right. It is January 1st, 2024. Okay. Remember that. The time is 6:41 in the morning and 51 seconds to be exact. I have new monthly goals right there. ridexserve YouTube channel. I want to get it to 500 followers. Okay, we're almost there. I think we'll get there by the end of the week. Number 2, real-time content creation school. I want to work on its 3rd video, which is the writing module. Okay. Number 3, stop driving Uber and make money online. That's my number 1 goal, right? These are the goals I remind myself every single day. Then I track what I eat and my bills. If I pay bills, like I have child support due today, $500, and I can't even see the kids. Can you believe that? $500, that's gonna go today, hopefully. And then I start with my mileage. How many miles did I drive yesterday, right? So I'm looking at my mileage. Yesterday I drove 266. This is exactly what I drove from home to home, or from home out to driving Uber and then all the way back. I have to keep track of it, right? And where it says 38,151, that's where I was yesterday. I'm gonna look at it right now. 642. There you go. Now I have my mileage ready. I have my trip A reset to 0 so I can see how much I make. And I try to match, like let's say if I ended up making 200, I drove 266 miles, take 40 miles away. So I drove around 226 miles. I made $186 yesterday, so I was a little bit less in the income, but I went out to dinner, I hung out with my friend. It actually makes sense. Then I'm gonna go get gas, and I have all of these right here because, you know, I gotta get gas. I got issues with my car. Next, I cut this and I get my other stamp ready. This is my 2nd stamp. This stamp is for every single passenger. Right now, it just has the date on top right here, and then it's just gonna say a 01. That means this is my first passenger, and this is how I track it, right? I'll click on it for a second, like this. It'll give me the date, the time I picked up the passenger. It'll tell me what kind of ride it is. If it's UberX share, I'll just type share next to this. If it's a package, then I'll get rid of all of this and say connect. If it's a pet, I'll add a pet. But those are the ones I do the least. These are the ones I do the most, right? Then I'll write notes for my YouTube community, anything I want to share with people on my YouTube channel, both of my YouTube channels. Then every passenger, I have a plan. What's my plan? What's my positioning? How am I going to be patient? And I write it in my notes, right? Then I do a small journal entry. This is everything I do before I pick up the passenger. Once I pick up the passenger, I click on this stamp and I basically track all of this. Once again, I'll get the date and the time that I picked up the passenger. Sorry, I dropped off the passenger. Then I will look at my destination. Where did I drop them? Is it a house? Is it an apartment? Is it an event? Like, I want to track every single thing. I want to know. That way I can always come back and say, okay, I dropped someone at Hollywood. I can search for it in my Google Documents. And then I can go and find out where the date is, where the folder is, and I can find the content like this. Okay. Next, I write myself a note. Is this worth blogging or podcasting? Because if I blog about this customer or I podcast about it, it's automatically understood that it could be a video on YouTube, right? Like you know, we're having a conversation. If it's something good, once or twice a day, I end up doing that, okay? Details are very simple. What did we talk about? Who was in my car? Did we speak? Are they coherent? Are they a normal human being? Or are they lost? Are they on their device? And then traffic, because I want to know what the traffic is doing, right? And if I understand the traffic, then I try to drive against the traffic. And ultimately you realize, like, the 405 at 2 o'clock always has traffic. The 101 around Hollywood always has the traffic. The 91 around the 71 freeway always has traffic. And eventually it just becomes a memory, or like a muscle memory, okay? I always track my mood. I want to know where my energy is. You know, my energy by the end of the video is normally pretty good. My mood is very important. I want to know if I'm doing awesome and phenomenal, or if I'm okay, or if I'm down, right? I want to track myself. Then I want to meditate and pray and bring myself back up. My feelings are important because that's in my heart. I want to know if I'm being nice and kind to myself and others, or am I being selfish? selfish or selfless, right? Both are important, okay? Then I just have this as none because most of the time there's no safety issues, there's no challenges. But if someone comes in my car and there's a safety issue or there's a challenge, I track it because eventually I'm gonna write a book and I want to be able to share this stuff with everybody, what I learned about Uber, what I learned about driving Uber and driving passengers, right? And there's a couple other things I'm gonna add to it because, you know, this is the way I like to track stuff. Right here, all the trip details go for every single customer, like how much Uber paid me, because we have no idea when Uber's gonna take us off the platform, right? If Uber takes us off the platform, I won't have the details. So I literally copy and paste the details for every single passenger. Then I track my miles and my total earnings. And what ends up happening is all of this information actually ends up slightly changing every week for me, and this stamp or these stamps get better and better and better. And this is how I get a little bit better and how I remember everything, because I'm not that smart. I literally go into my Google Docs and I track it. So now let me give you an example of that. I'm gonna click right here. I'm gonna paste from this morning, which is my notes for the gas and my daily goals, right? And if you just click up here on the untitled document, automatically this is going to be organized by the year, month, and the day, and it's going to say Journal, Soledad Canyon, which reminds me that I was in Acton and I was in Santa Clarita for 2 weeks. When I moved to Cherry Valley Lakes, I do the same thing, right? And this is easy way for me to know where I was, what was going on, right? And right here in Google Docs, you can update it, right? Now let me give you an example. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of, let me delete this because this is just to show you guys, right? Then I'm gonna go over here into my documents and I'm gonna show you, let's say my last passenger. Here you go. This is a full example, okay? Mali. I picked him up from Tarzana. Oh, I forgot to say where I dropped him off. West Hollywood. Let's put that down. West Hollywood. Okay, right? Now we're gonna go down here. This was an UberX ride. Perfect. My YouTube notes. Look at what it says. I recorded more footage of me coming all the way back, and once I got to Tarzana, I got a $13 ride, and I ended up passing on a $40 ride, which would have put me at $200. But I couldn't go because I got dinner coming up with a buddy. Okay. Plan and position. My plan was to drive back and get at least $20. I've gotten $13 to cover me for gas. We are good, and I'm about an hour away from dinner. Okay, and I'll update it because I remember what ended up happening. I ended up getting a $25 ride from West Hollywood to South Central Los Angeles and ended up making my money and ended the night at $186 roughly. So do you see how that's happening? Then, not every time, but once in a while I'll do a journal entry, right? But everything I'm doing is a journal entry. And also on journal entry, I'll go up here. Oh, my stomach is hurting. Got some gas today. My journal entry, I'm going to delete right here. And sometimes I'll put something in like Uber app bugs or whatever something new comes in, right? Woo. Damn, that's a nasty one. Damn, I think I got to go back home. Good thing I didn't leave. I got to go back home, guys. Whew. You know, when you have to fart like that or give gas, don't be shy. It's okay. It's a human nature thing. You know, people get embarrassed by it. It just means you got to go do number 2. And I don't want to be out there. You know, as Uber drivers, if we go out there and do number 2, it's no good. Oh my God, my stomach is hurting. Damn, I had Wendy's last night. That's the problem. My buddy wanted to go affordable, so he chose Wendy's, and I'm like, oh man, fast food. Okay, hang on. I gotta go to the bathroom again. Hey, but before I go to the bathroom, let me finish this video. Hey, if you found that funny, let me know in the comments. Okay, let's keep reading. Then, by the time I dropped him off, you know the time right there? Well, I can't really figure it out, but I think it was close to 7 o'clock. Yeah, I think that's 7 o'clock. I'm not sure. Okay, number 1 destination. I think we are in West Hollywood. I'm not 100% sure. Might as well fix it now because I'm not going to come back to this. Conversation, yes. Jehovah's Witness had a near-death experience that he was telling me about where his wisdom tooth gave him bacteria. So this dude almost died and he was in a coma for 3 months and he heartlined 13 times. So I got that. I got that on my backup phone as an audio. So if I want to write a book, guess what? The whole conversation's with me. And this is how I find it. If I want to talk about Jehovah's Witnesses, okay. Great conversation. And he was telling me about a near-death experience, and he's a Jehovah's Witness, and I ended up getting another ride, so I can't talk too much. Talk. Too many, oh, sorry, that's right. I can't take too many notes. Okay, guys, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta end this video. My stomach is really hurting, but you can see what's going on here. My mood is here. There was no safety. And then this is where I put all the Uber notes, right? If you look right here, all of this is from Uber driver app. I copy and paste it. And then I ended the night with 190 miles after this passenger and 161. Oh, shoot. Did I forget to take one more note? I had notes from another passenger after this. I forgot to take it. Maybe I did take it. Where are they? Where's number 10? Oh, it's... No, sorry. This was the 10th passenger. This is the last passenger. So let's go all the way to the end now. Because the mileage has to match so you guys can kind of see how I drive. There you go. So 205 miles driven for $186. That's how I ended the night. Okay? God bless you. Hopefully you learned something from this. And if you did, let me know in the comments. And today is going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be an abundant day for me and you. And I got to go to the bathroom.